Hello, hello, and happy 4th of July weekend. Captain America says happy 4th of July. And on today's show, we're going to talk about, of course, all of our regular segments, which will include the Umbrella Academy. And I finally got some older shows watched, so we're going to talk about that. And we're going to definitely get to see all the awesome stuff I'm sure that Patrick picked up at the con. Welcome to your favorite podcast, Comics and Collectibles in the Crawl Space. As usual, I am your fourth or fifth favorite podcaster, Kevin, and we've got all the awesome regulars here today with us. You want to say hi, Mike?
Hey, everyone. It is good to be here.
And, of course, the awesome Patrick is back. Patrick?
I'm back.
Welcome home.
Awesome.
That guy with him?
You know, that was, there's Valor, too. Hey, Valor.
Hi, Val.
He's back too.
Did Tyler ask if he brought that guy with him? He was
Is
trying
that
to
your-
say, did he kidnap Walt Simonson and bring him?
So
didn't know.
obviously you can tell from the background chime-ins, the Peanut Gallery. I am not alone. Got a few of my favorite people here with me on this special 4th of July weekend. And anybody that tuned into the Whatnot show on Friday may have been witness to me doing my best to destroy my laptop. Literally right at the beginning of the show, right when it was supposed to start, I dumped a 12-ounce glass of water, literally as perfect as I could have if I was trying, across my keyboard on my laptop. And, so everything just went awry from there, and it's still affecting today. That's part of the reason we're late is because I went to start to do my stuff with my laptop, because the good news about my laptop, ironically enough, was it actually seemed to try to pretend to function fine a few hours after the Whatnot show was over. So I just thought I was blessed, and I was happy my laptop was still working. So I went to start the live stream stuff today as business as usual, and my camera went kaput, and we couldn't fix it. So I'm actually on a completely different computer today. And we also, since we have guests, I'm not in my usual setup. I'm not an Xcellar or my faux Xcellar background. I'm just chilling in my living room. So that's everything that's going on. But enough about me. Mike, before I go any further, do you want to set up the Profits
Absolutely.
segment?
Yep. Okay, so here are the 10 open order comic books coming out this upcoming week. They'll be hitting the rack July 6th. The Xcellar Group and our families have selected their top 3 favorites. And in order for you to win the Profits contest, you must comment the 3 covers that you think we selected as our favorites during the live stream. And the cutoff time for your submission will be announced at the beginning of the Pick 3 segment later on in today's show. Winners will receive their choice of 1 comic book listed in the 10. We'll ship it to you free. We'll cover the postage. So good luck to everyone. I really hope to see some winners today.
Okay, before you take that down, I want to say a couple things. So first of all, I love that new Prophet's kind of smiling in there. That's good. I like that.
Yeah, I like the way that's laid out.
And then I was telling you before the show started that I was noticing how there was similarities in covers, and this has happened to me a few weeks in a row as well. So if I'm looking at these covers, so if you look at Batman, Starhenge, and Carnage, they've all got somebody in the background and a smaller figure in the foreground. Okay.
Okay.
You see what I'm talking about? How it's got that, yeah. And then you see Sabretooth and Captain America and Strange Academy. They're all facing to their left, and they're similar, crisp art. The art is similar in my humble opinion.
Right.
You know, and then Sabretooth and Captain America are like full body, and Sabretooth and whatever that is on Strange Academy, I'm assuming some kind of werewolf child, are both furry. So it's like, you know, so like I said, I was like noting, he's got some similarities, you know, I don't know why it was, you know.
Yeah. Yeah, it's all coincidence.
Yeah, I figured, yeah. Mm-hmm. I like it. So anyway, that's good.
Yeah. That's pretty cool to pull out the similarities. What I didn't mention is if you need a better look at the covers, head on over to our Facebook page. They're all listed there. You can look at them, get a real good close look, and then come back over here and comment the 3 you think we got.
Awesome. Hey, and my extremely knowledgeable daughter that's sitting here beside me too was just pointing out that Steve Rogers' birthday is the 4th of July as well. So
Extremely knowledgeable. Here's the thing about my knowledge.
What?
It's not like extreme. It's just I know random pieces of knowledge that nobody cares about, and I just random.
That's totally how I am too. Patrick's the pure genius. He knows everything. Mike is a close second. I'm just like what you just described. I got random memories of little like here and there's.
Just have a lot of useless knowledge up there.
right. Okay, so the first thing I wanted to point out, I got this to show you guys, which is pretty exciting. I'm sure you guys are going to appreciate it. Stephen Hamilton got our stuff.
Nice.
Oh, nice.
So everybody's watching. You know we're legit. We actually sent this stuff. He got the CG Seed, Star Wars: The High Republic, and then he let us know that he was a Hulk and a Yoda fan. So I'm not sure exactly what copies those are, but we sent him an Immortal Hulk.
Yeah, that's Immortal Hulk #1, the Dale Keown Midtown exclusive.
Okay, and then the Bounty Hunters.
The Bounty Hunters, that's the B cover. I think it's the 40th anniversary Sprouse cover.
So he was very happy with that.
Sprouse.
Of course, he thanks us once again, and we thank him a lot. He was actually at the Whatnot show too, so that was cool too. He's really hooking us up with the viewership, and he purchased books too. You know.
Yeah, great.
You know, all this stuff costs money, so we're just trying to sell books to keep having all this fun and help collectors and geeks like us do what we do. You know, and
the more we sell, the more we give away. You know?
yeah. It's all connected. So I've got a pretty cool update on this.
That's the Scruffles.
Yeah, that was so weird. I couldn't see that at all. You guys can see it fine?
Yes.
Yeah, it worked.
I couldn't see that at all. But it's funny. I've got, since my studio's set up differently, I can see the show on this phone over here, and I could see that everybody else could see it, but I couldn't see it on my screen. It was so weird. But anyway, yeah, the Scruffles Go giveaway. We're up to 30. We have a 30 officially now. So we're close. The goal is 50, and I've got another update on Hold on a second here.
Is that Peanut Gallery chiming in? Oh,
He's
I am currently live at the Xcellar stream. First-hand view.
I like your shirt.
Oh, hey, thanks.
Oh yeah, he's got that. Yeah.
Yeah.
I had to mute you, Mike or Ty, because we can't. Yeah. But they can hear you through mine, right? You guys can hear him through mine, right?
Yeah.
Is it fine?
Is this angle appealing?
No, it's not appealing. You look like a big goober. And half of the screen is just a bright light behind you. So can you lower it to where the top of your head is actually near the top of the video? More. There you go. Boom.
Really close, man. You're really close.
Now take the phone away from your face a little bit.
Guidance.
You need to turn that light off.
There we go.
There too. Yeah. You should go over there and turn that light off if you're going to sit there. Now you can't see you at all. Oh man, this is a train wreck. All right. Anyway, where was I? Okay, Scruffle's goal giveaway. We got 30, and basically when we get to 50, if you've done any of those things, as far as sharing, commenting, retweeting, following, liking, subscribing, any of those at any point in time up until we have 50 YouTube subscribers, you win. And I've got this. I actually opened the website so I can read it verbatim. You win 2 movie tickets, a digital code to own one of your own favorite movies or shows, a CG Seed comic book, a Funko Pop, and a classic action figure.
You have to do all of the Scruffles things to be entered to win that.
No, just one of them.
To be entered.
Anybody who does one of those, any of those things is entered. Yeah.
Okay.
Which I know you would think, man, that's a lot, but unfortunately it's not quite as many as we wish. So we might be, hitting our 50, and the odds are still pretty good for people. But what do you think of that updated and more refined prize pool?
Those are some good prizes.
Okay, good.
I might have to just remove myself from the show so I can enter.
All right, and then now to go to the random username shout out, and this eBayer gave us a really sick review too. It's one of our favorites. So I really hope this guy or girl sees this or hears this and lets us know that they saw it or heard it, because this user, if they do that, will get a discount off of their next purchase on eBay. And what's that discount? Is that 25%, right? Sick. It's a sick discount, right?
Yeah, I think if they during the show, if they comment during the show, it's it's
25 during the show.
Right. And then
if they do it anytime, it's how much is it?
I thought it was 10.
Okay, 10.
Yeah.
So hopefully they show up during the show. But anyway, the username is Wolveen. WOLVEEN. So if that's your username on eBay, let us know you're watching. It looks like we've got a couple comments already. Steven's commented. He's commenting because he was at the Whatnot show, so he's commenting on the laptop. He experienced that. So yeah, it didn't blow up, Steven, but it's definitely the worst for wear. And Johnny is commenting, Tyler, to fix your camera, or he's gonna unsubscribe.
Yeah.
And then so anyway, hopefully we hear from Wolvie. All right, and then last but not least, the Fun Fan Freebie. The first word of the phrase, I guess, we actually talked about changing it after 2 weeks, but I'm just going to leave it the same this week again. But it's the first word is easily. Now, again, to the Xcellar group, do any of you know what the full phrase is yet?
I did at one point, but I can't. I've had such lapse in viewing that I can't remember the whole thing.
Don't say anything out loud, Ayo. Yeah, exactly. Yeah. Yeah, so anyway, the first word is easily. And I want to give an update on that, too. So since it's been 2 weeks, we actually have 2 books in that prize pool for the Fun Fan freebie as of now. And they are Jurassic League number 2 and Crimson Dawn number 5. Or Crimson Reign number 5, yeah. Because we're going to add a new book every week that we don't get a winner. And it's going to be one of the books we gave a Get It To or Better review during the Get It or Forget It comic book review segment. And then maybe sometime, if it goes long enough, we'll throw another CGC in there. Who knows what'll happen?
Yeah.
So definitely, if you want to roll the dice and you know it and you want to hold off to let the prize build, that could be a good thing. But then someone else could come in and swoop in and take it out from under you if you wait too long. So, gotta make it over. Yeah. All right, I think that covers all of the giveaways and the freebies. So let's go ahead and get into our first regular segment. That sound good?
Let's go.
All right. All right, I'm actually hoping to keep this segment a little short this week. I may have said that in the past, but I don't have a whole lot. And what I do have, I don't have a whole lot to say. So unless you guys have watched them, I don't know. This might be my shortest What Kevin Watched segment ever. So let's start with this. This is Max Reload Nether Blasters.
Wow.
Is anybody familiar with this?
Never heard of it.
Okay, first of all, this has Kevin Smith in it. That's one of the things that attracted me. I think he's actually one of the producers on it too. You can see him there in that picture on the poster there, right underneath the lightning of the left hand of the guy in the back. See with the VR goggles on?
Yeah, I see him there.
And then look at his partner in front of him. I can't remember that guy's name again. I didn't bring notes again. Sorry, Mike.
Greg Grunberg.
Yeah, he's a big geek, in the geek culture, kind of in all kinds of shows. He was in Heroes. He was actually in Rogue One.
Yep.
He's in all kinds of stuff. So he was in it. And then you look on the other side, and it has Cobra Kai master, not Johnny from the show Cobra Kai, but from Karate Kid, the old Green Beret veteran, mean guy that Mr. Miyagi had to kick his butt at the beginning of Karate Kid 2. He's in it too. So this is a star-studded, cast in this really bad movie. So I'm sure. What, Mike?
I was gonna say the title just screams the layout of the title and the font and the way it's designed. Yeah, that screams that I'm not a good movie.
Yeah, so I'm going to fully admit that this is a bad movie, okay?
Uh-huh.
But you're going to be shocked when I say this. I loved it, okay? This is one of those guilty pleasures. I enjoyed it so much. I actually watched it 3 times in 2 days. I just left it on. What'd you say, Mike?
That's impressive.
Yeah, thanks. It's kind of maybe another Batman and Robin kind of trick. No one likes this but me, but there's a bunch of, like I said, really goofy. It's bad, but if you guys I guarantee if you guys watched this movie, that you wouldn't hate it as bad as you think you are, first of all, and then secondly, you would totally understand why. You'd be like, yeah, I could totally see Kevin digging this. It's got a lot of retro reference, especially with Kevin and the other guy you said again, Patrick. There are a lot of old school reference. It's like part of this movie is a video game designer from the 80s created a game that he didn't finish, which is the Nether Blasters or something. It's a Nether game. And this kid finds it. And the reason the game was never released is because the creator of the game realized it was this kind of satanic demons trying to get into reality through the video game. So he never released it to avoid that nightmare. But then, of course, the young stud in the middle there, he's a big gamer, and he had YouTube, all the typical stuff of modern day things. And he plays it and he exposes the whole world to it. So, of course, everybody's becomes these kind of video game zombies, and it's like I said, it's goofy fun.
Yeah. So
don't hate it. Okay.
I'll
But
take that.
admittedly, it's a bad movie, but I enjoyed it. So take that for what it's worth. And then I actually had this last week that I wanted to put up. So this is The Last Duel. It's got Matt Damon, Ben Affleck, and Kylo Ren in it. I forget the girl's name too. Anyway, did you guys see this?
No.
I
This
saw the
isn't-
trailer. It looks really good.
Yeah,
I
this
saw the
is-
trailer too.
Okay, this isn't obviously a geek culture thing, unless you want to just it's obviously medieval times, which that can be kind of in geek culture. It's a serious movie. Ridley Scott actually directed this, which I didn't even know until after I watched it, and it made sense to me though because this is a very serious movie. The subject matter is rape, and basically the young lady in the middle. She had an incident that she's brought to light, and she's causing a war between Matt Damon and what's Kylo Ren's name again? Jeez.
Adam Driver.
Adam Driver, yeah. Between Matt Damon and Adam Driver, and Adam Driver's the culprit that she's accusing, and then they actually lay this movie out in where they show everybody's perspective, and then it's kind of up to the viewer as to who you want to believe. Like they show her, they don't show her telling her story. They actually show the story from her perspective that she tells in this. She's kind of put on trial almost to prove herself. Then they do the same thing with Adam Driver, and then they do the same thing with Matt Damon. And like I said, you got to decide which one you believe is true. And but the battle at the end, the last duel at the end, is really super awesomely epic. I loved it so much. If you like Gladiator, that's one of my favorite movies. It was totally reminiscent of that during the whole fight for me. I was loving it. And then when I saw it was Ridley Scott, I'm like, oh, there you go.
Yeah.
So
There's the connection.
yeah. But this is a really good movie, but it is heavy. It's intense. And, just FYI, anybody who wants to know, she definitely was, raped. And it kind of sets up that whole thing about not believing victims and stuff like that, which she definitely was 100% the victim. Just spoiler alert, But
That comment is supposed to come before the spoiler. It's an
yeah,
alert.
that's true. Yeah, I always do that. I'm sorry. Yeah. But this is old enough. This is, I think this is over a year old now. So I'm good. I didn't even have to say the spoiler alert.
Right, I know.
The Last Duel. And then I finished Lost in Space on Netflix. I finally finished season 3. Anybody watching this?
Nope.
It's on my list.
So
Is the
good.
show
And say again?
Is the show finished as well? We're done with it, or
As far as I know, I'm not 100% sure on that. I don't really kind of look that far in the future because season 3 just came out a few months ago, so but this was excellent. Man, I love this every season. And if it is in fact over, they aren't doing any more subsequent seasons. It ended perfectly. As far as I'm concerned, me and Jesse both loved it. It's a great show. So definitely, it's on your list.
Yeah.
Move it up as far as being quality, in my opinion. So, and then maybe this one might catch some of you as far as having watched it. Have any of you watched any of the Umbrella Academy third season?
I have not watched it. I think Emily watched it, but I haven't watched it yet.
What'd you say, Pat?
No, we haven't got the chance to watch it yet.
What did Emily say, Mike?
Nothing, because I haven't watched it yet.
Oh, but she didn't even give you any vibes?
Right, yeah, and then she's going to rewatch it with me. That's the
Okay.
deal, though. It's like I was rewatching Obi-Wan with Mark.
Oh,
So
okay.
she wanted to watch this.
Gotcha.
So-
You know,
I'm gonna probably step away if you're going to talk about it, because I do want to watch it with no spoilers.
there's nothing. I'm not going to say anything you can't hear. I swear. I promise.
Okay, yeah,
I'm not going to say spoiler because I'm not going to really spoil anything. Okay. I just want to say this. So I thought the first season was okay, and I really didn't like the second season that much at all. I mean, but it wasn't the worst thing ever. It was just, again, okay. But the first season, I guess, in my opinion, was more okay. But this one, I'm only a couple episodes in, and I'm done with it. I'm not even going to watch the rest. Not feeling it. So,
Wow.
yeah. But it's out, so I wanted to, and it's, like I said, it's topical. So, I wanted to see if any of you wanted to talk about it, and we can bring it up later if one of y'all watched it, the whole thing, and you want to chime in and tell people about it. But I've just got so many things I want to watch, and again, like I said, I really didn't enjoy season 2 that much, so I'm gonna probably pass on season 3 after a couple episodes. So
yeah, I liked 1 and 2.
did you like 1 better than 2, or did you feel it went down a little bit as well, or no?
I think I liked them equally. Yeah.
Yeah. What about you, Patrick?
Yeah, I kind of agree. I think they were kind of on the same footing. And that I think Chelsea's a big fan too.
Yeah.
I think she's probably excited to watch this. But you're not the first, person I've heard have complaints about this third season, just from surface viewing, comments out there. So,
Gotcha. Well, it's good to know I'm not alone. Hopefully, I'm not alone with Max Reload too. This is a fun movie. Check this out. No, I'm just kidding.
Well, I'm a really big fan of Bubba Hotep, and I think that movie gets a lot of flack.
Yeah.
For being a bad movie. I don't see it as a bad movie. I love it. It's hilarious.
Yeah. For anybody who's new to the Xcellar group at all, I'm the only one that really likes Batman and Robin. Not only in the group but on the planet, apparently.
Right. Yeah.
Anyway, we won't even get into that. We won't even go there, though.
Not today, but that's a whole episode.
Yeah. And then I got Morbius watched finally. I actually bought it on Voodoo. It's on Voodoo, Mike, if you want to check it out.
Yeah, I do.
And I know Tom, he was on the show and he was talking about how he saw it, and he said he didn't he didn't think it was horrible. He didn't think it was made for him, but he didn't think it was horrible. Did you see this at all yet, Patrick?
Nope.
Okay. So I'm actually gonna step up a little bit from even what Tom said. I don't think this is a bad movie at all, and I'll even go more. I enjoyed this movie, and this isn't one of those "this is a bad movie, so I enjoyed it" kind of things. Like I just said with Max Reload, don't get that confused. I seriously think this movie was fine. Thought the special effects were good. The action was fun, and the story wasn't that bad. I have no history with Morbius or have any knowledge of, other than obviously the basics that, any comic collector really would probably know about Morbius. So I don't know how spot on it is with the actual Morbius lore or not, but, I thought the story was fine and I thought it was good. And, there's some interesting things they show at the end too. I don't know whether you guys heard about that or not. Of course, the multiple, it seems like they just keep adding more and more in the credits to give you future teasers as to where the characters of the movie you're watching or just watched are going. So there's a couple really cool, after credit, during credit scenes after the movie that make this a little bit even more exciting for me. So
So it's got a mid-credit scene and an end-of-credit scene.
Exactly. Actually, there may be 3 if I'm not mistaken. There's one like right after, like they just do the trick where they show like the main things, then they do a little scene,
Okay.
and then it starts to scroll like halfway, and then they do a scene, and then after it's all scrolled, they do another scene. It's like, but they're kind of attached though. So anyway, but this is a recommend for me. You know, check out Morbius, and it wasn't that expensive on Vudu, and it's rentable too, obviously.
Mhm.
But I like this better than both of the Venoms.
Okay.
So take that for what it is. All right. So that's, like I said, that's all I got this week.
Yep. I watched
big week for me.
because Stranger Things, the second part of season 4 came out on the 1st.
Oh yeah, I didn't even think about watching that too. That's good to hear. See, now I got even more.
Yeah, the first episode was an hour and a half. I think, and I watched that last night. I think the second episode, which I think it's only 2 episodes, is over 2 hours long.
Oh
And
wow.
They said they just couldn't find a place to break it to end the episode. You know, to break it into 2. They said it's just everything needed to flow that whole time. So I thought that was awesome. It's kind of letting the show dictate, or the story dictate how long it is. I think it's great.
Yeah. And
But
is
they're
your
breaking all kinds of industry rules with on how a show is.
and is your review still the same as it was before? That it's still surprisingly awesome.
Yes.
All right.
Yeah.
And Ayla's actually asking if she can add into the or if I want to add into the what my daughter watched. Which fine. Yeah. What'd you watch, Ayla?
So I watched.
So much for this segment being short.
I watched Miss Marvel, and I'm not gonna. There's no spoilers. I'm not gonna, share anything. But I'm just gonna say that unless you're a girl of my age, you're not gonna like it. That's all I'm gonna say. It's
What
definitely
movie?
like
Geared
an
towards
audience
teenage
for
girls.
Teenage girls.
What was it? I didn't hear the title.
Miss Marvel.
It's definitely
Okay.
teenage girls, like 100%. Like not just straight teenagers, teenage girls. And it's a little bit anticlimactic sometimes, a little bit underwhelming, but I made it through, and it's pretty good. So.
Right.
And
Well, I think it's good to have shows that are geared towards an audience like that, and
Absolutely.
you
Absolutely.
recognize that that's what it's, the audience is geared towards.
Yeah. That's what I hate about all the stupid rhetoric with everybody fighting about what should be what and what isn't what and how it should have been different. My Little Pony isn't for me, but I don't have a problem with it. Miss Marvel's not for me. I don't have a problem. Whatever.
Yeah.
Like you said, they're making these shows for who they want to make them for, and that's fine. And she's really liking it. She liked the Avengers game a lot. That's what really turned her on to wanting to see the show.
She's like the main character of the storyline of the Avengers game.
Yeah.
Good.
Yeah. Hey, Mike. Actually, in the comments, Steven has a guess.
I saw that.
Oh, did you? Okay, gotcha. Okay.
Yep, I made a note. So Steven is selecting. Let me get the note. Sabretooth #5, Hulk 7, the second printing, and Captain America. What is it? Sentinel of Liberty, #2.
Right. Mm-hmm.
So those are his 3 pick 3s to try to match us. And unfortunately for him, there were no Lee Bermejo covers this week.
Yeah.
Even to choose from. There were none to even choose from. So.
We had that whole conversation last week, and there were none.
Yeah.
All right. Did you watch this? Did you watch Stranger Things yet, too, Pat?
Have not had a chance.
What have you been watching? You just been too busy with other stuff to not even really get anything watched lately?
Yep. The only thing I watched was constant episodes of the regular show. Don't ask me why. It seems like to happen every time I go on vacation. There's like one show, everyone just sits there and just keeps watching it. And this time it was the regular show. So
Great show.
Yeah, it's a fun show.
To a point.
At least, yeah, over and over again. I can imagine that can be tiring.
You weren't
All
even in
right.
the room half the time. Stop complaining.
Those kids. All right. So that'll bring us to you, Mike. Are you ready to roll?
Oh, is this my pick 3 segment already?
It is. Yeah, I know. That's what I was saying. I didn't watch that much. We just flew right through my segment this week.
Yeah, it's quick.
So you don't feel like you're ready then.
Yeah, let it roll.
All right, here you go. Nice. What you got?
All right, so here are the 10 covers. I'll run down the title, the issue number, and the artist. We'll start with Batman 125, Jorge Jimenez. Sabretooth number 5, Ryan Stegman. Little Monsters number 5, Dustin Nguyen. Strange Academy 18, Ryan Stegman. Ghost Rider number 4, K.L. New. Starhenge number 1, Liam Sharp. Carnage number 4, Kendrick Lim. Captain America Sentinel of Liberty number 2, Carmen Carnero. Black Panther number 7, the Alex Ross. And Hulk number 7, second printing, Martin Coccolo. And some things about this week. Batman 125, I think there were 20 covers for this book, and some of them are amazing. I almost did a Batman 125 top 20. And let's all, as a secondary pick 3, let's all pick our favorite Batman, because a lot of them are ratio variants or artist exclusives and stuff like that, which disqualifies them from our regular pick 3. But yeah, just amazing stuff. But I ran out of time, wasn't able to do that. But I will do it in the future whenever we get one of these anniversary issues where they have a lot of great covers.
Yeah.
The Little Monsters cover, I love it because to me it looks like that Rye Zero with Bloodshot on the cover.
Oh yeah.
Dark red, white, and black, and the circle, obviously with the moon and all that. I think it's pretty cool. That's the final issue of Strange Academy. And Starhenge by Liam Sharp. He writes it and he does the artwork for it. I wasn't even paying attention to that book until I saw the covers, and wow, it looks great. So that might be just one of those sleeper hits. I'm not sure if it's going to catch on, but that might be a good book to keep an eye on.
Well, I'm definitely going to pick it up this week too.
So we will. You guys have any comments about these?
No, I already chimed in at the beginning. I should have waited, I guess.
Yeah. Yep. Let's see. I think I had trouble picking, so I had to call Marcus in, and Marcus helped me pick a couple of them.
Okay.
So we're going to start with number 3, and this received 6 votes, and I had to use the tiebreaker, the non-scientific tiebreaker, and we come in with Batman 125.
Dadgum, Steven's out already. Dadgum.
Yeah.
Sorry again, Steven.
Yeah. I love how he used, and this is the way I see it. I'm not sure if anybody else does, but it stands out with Robin and his bat of his cape as the bat symbol on the chest. I think it's great.
Yeah, very cool.
Yeah, he's going to be great on this book. I think he's done previous issues as well, but I think he's the regular artist with this new team. Next, we have number 2 with 6 votes as well, but with the non-scientific way, it came in second, and that is Little Monsters by Dustin Nguyen. I was surprised this one placed.
I'm surprised too, actually. Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah. I mean, it's a good cover, obviously, but Yeah, compared to the others, that's shocking to me. Yeah.
And I'll go back. Batman had Marcus, Emily, Kevin, Tyler, Donna, and Patrick.
Nice.
And Little Monsters had myself, Emily, Jesse, Ayla, Cora, and Patrick. Did Patrick get number one? And number one, bam, Carnage.
Yes.
Yeah, this
Wow.
schooled everybody.
Cool.
Isn't that 8?
I'm shocked.
Yeah, so was I. Every time I'm counting up, like, okay, it's like Batman, Strange Academy, Carnage. Dang it. Strange Academy, Ghost Rider, Carnage. Jeez.
Yeah, I actually said this cover actually got a nod partially
It's so scary.
because it's your book. He kind of he kind of looks at. Well, how'd you describe it, Mike? You kind of look at when you're looking at covers and you consider trying to have a diverse type of covers to all your audience. So you use what a lot of the Xcellar group may like too. And this is a Tyler nod. Yeah.
Yeah, I take into account what our tastes are, what books we like, what covers we like, what art style we like. And I try to, and that way I'm able to mix things up a lot. And it's not just 100% what I like. It's stuff that I think everybody's going to enjoy. Because I don't want to put a bunch of covers up there that you guys don't like. And
then why is this number one?
Because this is the one I said it was Kevin's whole entire Kevin and the whole peanut gallery there.
Those Raymonds.
It's an awesome cover.
Yeah. So we have Tyler, Jesse, Lexi, Ayla, Maddie, Cora, Tom, and Donna. Everybody. So that was 8.
He died.
Like I said, all the covers are great, including this one, but this is probably my least favorite of the 10.
Really?
Yeah.
Yeah, I wasn't a fan of this one. And I mean, it's great artwork. It's just,
that's what I'm saying. They're all great, but yeah.
I wanted Sabretooth to win.
Oh man, I love that one. Yeah, definitely.
I'm a huge Ryan Stegman fan as well.
And the Captain America was sick. I love that.
Yeah.
As soon as I picked Captain America, though, everybody else was like, you always see Captain America like that on his motorcycle. I'm like, what Tyler was like, it's like Ghost Rider, like Pat was saying.
Mark, that was actually one that Mark helped me pick. He selected that one. And he likes it because he loves Age of Ultron. And that reminded him of the beginning of Age of Ultron.
Yeah. Yeah.
So, here's the breakdown of who voted for what.
8, 6, and 6.
Yeah, and the other tiebreaker was Ghost Rider had 6 as well. So it was Batman with 8, and then I had 3 with 6. So then I had to determine using outside sources the order of those 3 with 6, and Ghost Rider didn't make the cut.
Valor thinks he was left off the list there because he voted for that Carnage cover.
Yeah,
too,
I really like that
just
one.
to make it the voting even more in Carnage's favor.
What do you got, Mike?
I have Valor for Strange Academy, Valor for Ghost Rider. Hold on. Here's my notes. Let me see. Yeah, I have Valor down on my notes for Carnage.
All right. Well, he just wants to definitely put it even more above everything else.
Yep.
It's a 9 instead of an 8.
Right. Yeah.
And then I know you were.
What I need to do is make this neater. Yeah.
Well, at least he didn't vote for Ghost Rider, which would have made that a 7, which would have shifted down your 2.
Yeah, I mean, and unfortunately for Johnny, he was late. 10:30 is the cutoff today. I sent him a message. I'm sure he's busy. It was no big deal. I'm not upset about it at all. But when he did send me his 3, I had already printed everything and had taken the pictures and emailed them to you. So I was set. and he would have changed everything but number one.
Is that right?
Yeah, it moved things around a whole lot. And if it wasn't so close to showtime, obviously I want everybody to participate.
Yeah.
But I already had, those pictures. I have to edit the number 1, 2, and 3 on them. I do that on my phone. I'm not real good at it. Not as good. Patrick does some great stuff with the images and all that. But so all that was done, so I couldn't change it.
Yeah.
Do you have what he voted for?
Yeah, I do. Let's see. He voted for Batman, Captain America, and Black Panther.
Oh, geez.
So, yeah, that would have put Batman at 7. But then Captain America would have gone from 5 to 6, creating another 3-way tie for third place that I had to reach out 3 new covers, pick your favorite one instead of your, 1, 2, and 3. Yeah, it was a it was a whole thing. So,
all right. Well, I've said it a billion times. I'll say it again. Great job, Mike.
thanks. I'm gonna mix it up. We're coming up on our 20th. What was this one? I think 16th. I think when we get to our 20 favorite covers, then because I have the top 10 set aside, our 10 most favorite, we'll do 20 favorites, and then another time we'll do, like I said, if there's an anniversary issue with a lot of covers, do our favorite of that cover or something like that. We'll switch things up a bit, but I don't want to do away with the weekly ones too, because that kind of puts books on people's radar.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah, we've missed opportunities for anniversary episodes and miscellaneous types already.
Right.
Especially like when we missed our 50th episode. We're at like 55 now or something like that. I was like, I wish we would have done like a 50th episode something, like maybe a giveaway or something, but missed that opportunity. So, all right. Time for y'all's favorite episode or favorite segment. Does everybody have their pencils sharpened and their phones charged, ready to do the needed research for a new You Got a Deal? Or are you for real lot?
I'm ready. Let me all right. Bye.
Perfect. Here we go.
You got a deal. Are you for real?
All right. Oh. Wow. There we go. Okay. All right. I'm excited about this. Oh, crap. Did you guys see that?
I know what you're doing, but your hand's covering it. Why don't you just grab the whole thing? There you go. That was funny.
Yeah. Somebody just got an advantage to have the third word of the Fun Fan Freebie phrase on the first show of the week.
Well, let's be honest.
What?
If they watch the Whatnot show, they already know.
That's true. And, I was able to get, I actually nailed this week again. I was able to get every segment out, including a podcast of the Whatnot show.
Oh, good.
Yeah. Now, once again, I'm my biggest fan. I listened to it, and aside from getting the third word of the phrase, there's really not much going on there that people would want to check it out. So anyway, let's start with Patrick this week. Got a Wonder Man number 7, Operation Galactic Storm. Might have to adjust my camera here once I get that up. I've actually read this storyline recently too. This is a good storyline. I like it. Is something happening with Wonder Man?
Yeah, he's getting his Disney Plus series. So
Yeah, I've never found him interesting.
Yeah, he's one of my favorite like lower tier characters, but I'm kind of afraid how they're gonna do him in the Marvel universe. We'll see though.
Yeah.
I never really read anything, with him in it, and I definitely didn't read this series when it came out.
Yeah, literally the only Wonder Man I've ever read is this. The Operation Galactic Storm crossover.
Wonder Man.
All right, Mike.
Yeah.
We got Guardians of the Galaxy number 11.
Oh, that series. Okay.
World of Mutants Part 3 of 3. That's pretty cool. I have no idea what's going on there. Oh, this is pretty sick. So this is yours, Pat. Got Beta Ray Bill number 4. Great cover.
I gotta finish reading that series. I read the first 2. It was really good.
And I've got Mike Gru, number 29. Gotta love Gru.
Yeah, they're working on something Gru related as well for TV, I think.
And this is something I've been wanting to read for a while now.
That tape
Never
is really
quite.
loud.
How?
That untaping is really loud.
Oh, is it? Okay,
Yeah.
sorry. Azrael number 2.
Yeah, I'd like to pick up that series. I don't know how many issues that went.
This one's back to Mike. What the heck?
Oh,
Willow from Buffy. And I got no light in here, if you can tell. What number is this? I don't even see a number on it.
You might have to look inside.
Or maybe it's a one-shot. I don't see any number anywhere.
Let me see the cover again. Huh. Okay. See if I can find that.
All right, Pat, this
Is there
one.
anything on the back cover?
Nope, nothing on the back.
How about
Right.
the back of the
Right.
book? Sometimes they don't put the indica in the front; it's in the back. So I can't find anything for that.
No, literally nothing. Are you familiar with this, Pat?
No. Was that a Boom?
No, Dark Horse.
Dark Horse.
Wait, it says the only thing I got here is above the cost. It says season 8. I don't know if that'll help. Season 8 Willow.
Okay.
Well, obviously you don't find it. It's obviously worth more than $25. Oh, and as a reminder, as we go along here too, if anybody wants this lot, you buy it from us for what we paid for plus shipping, which is $25. And these awesome gentlemen are researching the value of these books based on recent sold on eBay. All right, I got Sideboard number 11. That's sick. Love that. That was you, Mike, right?
I'm on
That's
Willow.
I got Cyborg.
Oh, okay. All right, now I got Mike. Are you done with Willow?
Yeah, go ahead. I can roll with it.
Okay, Injustice 2, number 16. Oh man, my glare is bad on that. Like it's definitely good to take these bags off like I was thinking anyway.
There we go.
I'm taking these bags off because I did see one of these that was in bad shape, but then there ends up, I think there's 27 here, so I just took it out, and the rest I want checking all the rest, and they're good. But anyway, this is you.
Glare with the bag is rough.
All new Guardians of the Galaxy number 5. Pat. All right, Mike, this is you again. Green Arrow 13 Rebirth. Another great cover.
Yeah, it's Neil Adams cover.
Yeah.
Johnny will probably want to pick that up. He picked up one off of Whatnot. The last one he had on one.
Yeah, I remember packing that up for him.
Yeah. All right, this is Pat, right? Iron Man Special, Part 2 of 3, No End in Sight. Or yeah, Iron, and it's, I don't know whether it's one shot. It's number 1 though. But it looks like a one shot. All right, Mike, this is yours.
Okay.
Metal Men number 1. I don't know anything about that. That's pretty cool, though.
Up to 12. That's from 2019.
All right, Pat, you got Superman, Man of Steel, number 76. Oh. Mike, this is you. Flash, number 4. This is sick. Rebirth.
Flash 4.
Why do my glare seem to be getting worse as I go along? How about that? And Pat, Or I don't know whether you want to just stay on this, Mike. It's another Flash,
Yeah, I'll take the Flash.
number 9.
Okay.
So the pack is this awesome one. X Factor number 80.
Yeah, I think I'd stopped reading X Factor by that point.
Yeah, me too. I definitely would love to revisit that. That's for sure. This one's you, Mike. Uncanny X-Men number 301. Nice.
Yeah, I'd stopped reading X-Men at that point too. That was so much going on when I think I was in the Marine Corps when that stuff was coming out.
Yeah.
Time.
That was our busiest, most changing part of life. That's for sure.
I was still buying them.
Right. All right, Pat, you've got the heck. You love hearing that right before I tell you what it is. Batman Dark Detective, A Time to Love, number 3. Never seen that before.
Huh. That looks cool. Was that Marshall Rogers that did the artwork also? So you have Englehart writing, which is good. If that's Marshall Rogers art.
Oh.
Is that a reprint series?
Could be.
Yeah.
Oh, crap.
I gotta look that up. See if that's a reprint.
Well, I think that's Pat's, right?
Yeah, I'm just looking up to see if it's a reprint series.
Oh, gotcha. Well, look this up while you're at it, Mike. X Factor number 79.
Yeah, Steve Englehart, Marshall Rogers, Terry Austin.
Mike, you looking up this X Factor though?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Oh, I love this. Oh, hold on one sec. So, Pat, Shazam number 2. That's a great cover. Perfect for the holidays. All kinds of crazy Santa goodness going on there. That a great cover?
Yep. Is that the Jim Lee cover?
Definitely could be. Dale Eaglesham.
Yeah.
All right, so this next one's Pat.
Was it? I looked up Shazam.
Yeah, this one's next.
Oh, okay. I'm sorry. Yeah, okay.
And that Batman Dark Detective, from what I can tell, that's new work with Englehart and Marshall
Okay.
Rogers. So that's interesting. I might look for that little series.
So, Mike, you got Max, number 6.
Nice.
Love it.
Yeah, that's a great one. Those, it's like when the later Image books. Well, it's the later. I don't know how to word it, but the initial Image books later on in those runs, I think print runs were pretty small. And
Max is a great series too. I liked it.
yeah.
All right. Pat, Mike. So this is back to you, Pat, right? Yeah.
Yeah.
So Dead Man Logan, number 3. Another great series. Yeah, some of those seem like they might be good. All right, Mike, this is you. Legends of the Dark Knight, number 42.
Okay.
All right, Pat, this is you. Tomb Raider, number 5. Top count. That's a great cover, too. And a fun book. Lexi's read a few of these. I think the only thing she's ever read other than Spider-Man. Well, we're obviously getting out of some mainstream stuff here. This one's back to you, Mike.
Okay.
The Bunker.
Oh yeah, I know that.
Number
That-
6.
Yeah, that's a really cool series, all about time travel.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah,
I'd love to check that out then.
they actually these group of kids. I can't. It's been so long since I've read it. I don't want to mess it up too badly, but they put stuff in a bunker, and then later on, they go into it, and it turns out that one of them is going to cause the end of the world or something. I mean, it's really out there, but it's really cool.
Sounds like it'd be good to me.
Yeah, the artwork's a little bit confusing inside.
All right, Patrick, I got Red Sonja, number 8. Thanks, man. All right, Mike. We don't want to hear that tape. Don't,
Why not?
because it's too loud.
What if I'm fine about it?
All right, now we got a Max. Another Max. Number 3. This one's pretty rough, too.
Dynamite number 3.
Three.
This is... Yeah. Kind of... Yeah, that's fine.
Yeah, that one's got some issues.
Yeah.
Kevin, is that Ren Sonja number 3 or number 8?
Is the what? Is it number 3 or number 8? Number 8. Number 8.
Okay.
Yeah.
Thank you.
After we're done with this segment, I'm going to read what the bunker is about so I don't mess it up. 'Cause I did mess it up.
Okay, and actually that's the last book. Was that
Max number
they
3.
said there was 27 in this lot. I took one out already. At max might be 26. So 1, 2, 3, 4. The heck?
Let me see. I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 11, 12. I have 13.
How many you got, Pat? 13 as well, then, or 14? Or 12?
You might have 14. He started. I don't know.
I have 13.
Okay.
You said you took one out.
Okay. So then the max is just a bonus anyway, even though it's in rough shape then. So again, reminder, you have all these awesome books, and you see we really care about you. Getting some value with your books. We're not going to just give you garbage. Everything else is in great shape except for that max and the last one. But you can get all these books for $25 plus shipping. Obviously, I can only... Hey, Steven's actually chiming in about that Buffy in the comments. Sorry, Steven. We're trying to multitask again. If you want to look in the... Did you find that, Mike, eventually with the Willow book?
No, I found season 8 books, but not that particular one.
Steven says it's Buffy the Vampire Slayer, Willow #1 V cover by Caroline Moline.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, so he's got some major deets there. Who knows?
Yeah.
If that
Well,
helps.
he's a variant guy. I think Steve likes the variant
Yeah.
books.
Yeah, he mentioned that before. Yeah. So, anyway, you can get all these books for $25 plus shipping. Obviously, only one person can get them, and all you have to do is email me at yougotadeallotismine@gmail.com to claim it, and it is yours. And we're kind of having this perpetual you got a deal lot going all the time. So this lot is available until we start this segment next week again. So basically, no one claimed last week's, and that was the one that was worth $118.
Mhm.
So that's going to be hopefully added to Xcellar's sales soon.
I'm definitely going to buy that Daredevil.
Yeah, yeah. All right, Patrick, what do you got?
I got 35.
Uh-oh. Oh, wait, that's not bad for 13. Yeah, okay. Not great, though.
I have 39.
All right. 74. Kind of on the fence on this one.
It's on the fence.
Unless you wanted every single one of these books, it might be, kind of an "Are you for real" lot. What do you guys think?
Yeah, quite a few I had trouble finding, so
Yeah.
sounded like Mike had some trouble too. But
Yeah.
Let me read it. The Bunker was a 19 issue. There were 19 issues in the series. And so when 5 friends go to bury a time capsule before going their separate ways, they find a mysterious bunker stamped with their names and containing artifacts from a time that has yet to come. And when they get in there, they find out there's these letters in there in envelopes. And I think they're from their future selves. And they reveal that one of them brings on the end of the world. So then they're all like, what do we do?
Wow. That still sounds really cool, though.
Yeah. And I think I read like the first 5 or 6 issues. It was coming out. I would read it as it came out. And the time gap, it was just too great. I'd forget what happened and all that stuff. So I need to reread it. But it is fantastic. I always hope that I see something where that got picked up, and it may have, and I just didn't see it. I'd love to see that as a show.
Yeah.
So anyway,
So that's
that book alone. Pick it up.
I'd like to read that. That sounds
Just
like
need 18 more issues, and you've
Yeah,
got
it
them
does
all.
sound cool. And that's a perfect segue into the next episode. But I do want to, or the next segment, but I do want to just finish up by saying, so I think we're in agreement. We're calling this pretty much an "Are you for real" lot, unless this lot would fit your collection perfectly. It's not a bad deal, but it's not a big deal.
I agree.
But like I said, great review on The Bunker. So
Yeah.
on that note, All right. Who wants to go first this week? Any volunteers? All right, fine. I'll go.
I'll go. You go. I don't care. Doesn't matter. I'm fine going first, second, or third. And I think I'm going to pull out the bunker and try to read that for next week.
Okay. That would be a nice little pool there.
Man, that's 19 issues. Holy cow.
So before I get to my surprise read, I read the new Fantastic Four #1. I love these kind of, these kind of oddball groups. I read the Savage Avengers, recently as well. And this kind of falls into that same vein for me. I love this, the new Fantastic Four, Spider-Man, Wolverine, Ghost Rider, and this is Mr. Fix-It. I mean, right?
Yeah.
But I mean, he definitely looks more hulkish than Mr. Fix-It is on that cover. That's for sure. So anyway, nothing really happened in this book except them getting together. I didn't even know, and I'm sure Patrick, you're going to be able to educate me. Well, I already educated myself a little bit, but you probably already knew this. That this group has been together. It was a 3-arc storyline back in the day in Fantastic Four already, right, Pat? Did you know that?
That's correct. Yep.
Yeah.
Did Art Adams do those issues as well?
Yeah.
That's why whenever this came up a few weeks ago, I said it just looks strange to me not being drawn by Art Adams.
Yeah.
Others.
So there was actually some things that having not read that other story arc, I feel like I was missing here. It really, like I said, I just felt like there was things I should know that I didn't know. And it actually did the cool thing where it shows the asterisks and, refer back to these issues for the info that I don't know. But basically they're getting together, but they're kind of all over the place. They're like teleporting everywhere. That's kind of a weird part that I thought I didn't know why it was happening. But basically there's a demon in the subways the sewers of Las Vegas, and this priest prays for the new Fantastic Four to come help him fight these demons, and it actually has the effect he wants, and they all end up there in miscellaneous ways too. Like Wolverine feels like he needs to go there, Spider-Man feels like he needs to go there, maybe I'm butchering, Wolverine and Ghost Rider feel like they need to go there, but then Spider-Man and Hulk are just like, or no, Mr. Fix-It is already there, actually. He's a bouncer in one of the clubs, and then Spider-Man is just like teleported there. I'm not exactly sure, but then they, of course, help this priest fight the demons that are taking over and possessing all of the homeless people in the sewers of Vegas. So, and that's kind of it. There's a couple other tricky things that I don't understand and I can't even explain that seem to be referenced from the first time they were together in Fantastic Four. Do you remember what that story was about, particular, Pat?
I do not.
Okay. So anyway, it was fine, but not a lot's going on, and it was a little confusing to me. So I'm gonna just say, unless you're a big Fantastic Four fan, where maybe you have the old information, this is a forget it for me.
Who do you know who the writer was on that, Kevin?
I don't. I have this note card that Mike gave me to write all this stuff down, but I don't.
I'm really confused about this because when this popped up on the pick 3, I thought this was the cover for a reprint of those 3 old Fantastic Four issues by Walt Simonson and Art Adams, because I just got my DCBS and I got New Fantastic Four #1. I got 2 different covers because there was an Art Adams variant. The A cover was Nick Bradshaw, he's sort of like an Art Adams, I don't want to say clone because he's sort of developed in his own ways, and I got the
but look like
variant,
yeah.
variant cover by Art Adams, which is just Wolverine by himself. So I don't even know what this is. I don't know.
I got it open here.
Oh.
And actually, that's not even the cover I have, but this is the cover I have. But I couldn't find a good picture of this to.
Okay.
But that's the cover I have. But anyway, the writer's Peter David.
Ah, that's good.
Yeah. And yeah, it's a completely new story that, like I said, they reference
Who's the artist?
Alan Robinson, color artist Mike Spicer.
Okay, so I don't know what's going on here.
Letterer VC's Joe Caramagna.
Yeah, I don't have mine handy, or I'd see if it was the same book. Because this was pick 3. I'm getting too far down. I'm getting too far down into the weeds. It's not important, but there was so many different covers. Maybe we all just got, that accounts for 4 different covers now. But that's not unusual, I suppose.
Yeah, there were a ton of covers.
Yeah, I actually got 3. and for the very variant show too. I got this one. I got the Wolverine one, and I can't remember exactly what the third one was. But you actually got 3 of them.
Oh, you had the Fortnite cover too, I think, Kevin. I think.
Yeah, that's it.
Yeah, like 8 covers.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. So anyway, like I said, it's not a horrible book. It's just, unless you're a Fantastic Four fan and you know the history of it and stuff, it really wasn't that good for me. And then the shocker is I actually read House of Slaughter #1. The first horror book I've read in probably over 20 years. And it reminded me why I don't read horror books.
Oh, no.
Well, I wonder if not having read Something is Killing the Children.
Right. I was going to say that too. That's, this is kind of a theme and unintentional, because I just grabbed these 2 random to read. And, but it is similar to the new Fantastic Four in the way that I was very confused with a lot of this. I kind of had I wouldn't say confused. I just kind of had I was guessing at a couple things on my own as to exactly what's going on in the House of Slaughter. So basically, I don't think, especially this is a new series by itself, and obviously it's off of another series. There was no backstory as to what the House of Slaughter is exactly.
Right.
And kind of what they're, I don't know. You'll probably know, having read the Something is Killing the Children. Are they good guys or bad guys?
They're
the kids at the House of Slaughter.
The House of Slaughter, they're good guys, but they do bad things in order to do the good things.
Okay, gotcha. Okay.
And within there's good factions and bad factions, in a way that they're just elitist. They think they're better than the other ones and stuff.
Yeah, they were fighting amongst each other. Yeah.
You have the black mask, the blue mask, the white mask. Yeah, and they all think they all have different roles for different monsters and stuff like that. And there's like this competition between them. And
are they all vampires?
No, not that no.
Okay. I was just guessing at that,
Yeah, what they do is they track down these monsters and they try to kill the monsters to save people. But what they also do is they take out witnesses, so they could actually potentially kill innocent people to keep them from talking about what happened. So they're good and bad.
Okay. Do they have powers or abilities that make them fight monsters well, or are they just a bunch of normal trained people?
They do have to become a member of the House of Slaughter. They have to. There are certain parameters. Like usually they survive an attack from a monster, and then they have to face that monster and survive again or something like that. And so they have these abilities to fight the monster, but it's it's not
necessarily powers or anything.
Right. A lot of it's mental as well. So,
all right, there's my big point. I read, and this is I think this is a double-sized issue. It's definitely more than a regular issue. this is my point about this book. I read this and this morning, and I feel like if I just read this book this morning, I shouldn't have had to ask you the questions I just read you, or I just asked you. I should have read the answers to those questions, because those are fairly basic, I think, step off questions to get this story going. And I didn't know the answer to those,
Yeah.
Basically, all this issue happens, it follows one character that is in the House of Slaughter, and he's kind of a newbie. So the other kids are messing with him, and he's just training through this entire number one. He's just training to be able to, start fighting monsters, and then it ends. That's all that happens in this book. So I think it's major lack of information, and it just nothing happened. It wasn't very good.
I imagine that Tinian's writing it, assuming that anybody that's going to read it is going to be, they've already read something that's going to lead children. They're going to follow that. So it's
right.
But that's kind of a downfall, because someone like you that hasn't read it, or someone that just sees this on the shelf,
exactly,
grabs it.
Yeah. So anyway, this is a hard pass for me. Mike's like, I'm going to read this so I can review it and get it back up on
Well, dude, I'm interested. It was next on my big chunk of books to read.
Oh yeah, okay.
But I just put it underneath the bunker.
Okay.
But I do want to read it even more so now, just to see if, since I've read Something Skilling to Children,
if it would be good to you,
see if I follow it a little bit better than you.
Right. Okay. So, all right, Mike, you want to go next then? That's all I got.
Yep. Let me minimize my screen here. I didn't know I was next. All right. I read Our Fighting Forces 131. This is not a new book. It came out in 1971.
15 cents.
Yeah, I know. I love it, right? So I read this. I didn't get any new books this past week, so I don't have a new book to review. And you'll see in my upcoming segment, I just got this in the mail. So this is Our Fighting Forces 131 from May-June 1971. Artist is Ross Andrew and John Severin. And because I knew Patrick would wonder, as I did, John Severin is Marie Severin's brother. So as soon as I saw that, I'm like, what's the relation? Husband, wife? So John Severin is Marie Severin's brother. And she is a popular Marvel artist. I think she did a lot of the Hulk. And she also worked for EC Comics, I think. Anyway, what we've got is... it starts with there's a young French kid. He's fighting some of the Nazis, and one of them throws a potato masher grenade, and Captain Storm, who is one of the losers, he trips trying to knock it out of the way due to his wooden leg, and he misses or barely tips it, and the kid ends up dying. So the rest of the story is just him fighting a losing battle of his past, and how he feels a loser and inadequate, and not being a full man, calling himself half a man because he's got that wooden leg. So him and the losers end up getting a 24-hour pass, and he's at a dance, and once again there's an enemy raid and an explosion, and he's unable to save this woman that he just met that he was dancing with. So it even pushes him further into doubting his worth and how good of a man he is. Their follow-up mission, they're going up against a Nazi major and his men who've never been beaten. So of course the loser's going against some notorious winners. He's doubting himself. And they're going to rescue a Norwegian man that they've captured. And so when they get there, Captain Storm grabs the guy, jumps out the window with his backup parachute. And when he lands, he hits a snow-covered rock and it snaps his wooden leg.
Oh,
So once again, but they end up saving the guy. He separates from the rest of the losers. They go get the guy to the boat, and he's being chased by the Nazis, and he's fighting the major, and then the losers come up behind him, blast everybody, save the day, and they have a nice conversation about how he's not half a man, he's a great leader and stuff like that. So
right.
Here's some. It was really good. I loved it. Here's some interior artwork. Just love that action right there.
Yeah. And these are the losers that everyone got to love from the Losers movie, right? One and the same, right?
Not that I know of. I don't know if they've ever done a movie.
Oh, you've never seen the movie The Losers?
No.
Yeah, it's totally based on these guys.
Well, now I need to watch that movie.
Apparently, I need to do a what Kevin watched review on that.
Yeah, do that for me.
All right.
Yeah, it's just great artwork. I love these. I'm a real big fan of the war books from the 60s and 70s.
Yeah.
Slowly trying to pick up inexpensive, nice copies. I got this one for $2 on eBay. Couldn't go wrong. And now I'm looking for this because it's an ad. And I had taken this picture and I was just flipping through it, showing Emily, and she goes, "Oh, Gridiron Grabber, you want that?" I'm like, I want it. I'm gonna look for it. So, all I can find are ads. You can buy ads.
What's the scale of that picture, too? Did you blow that picture up, or
it's half a page?
Huh?
It's a half-page ad.
It is still a half page. Wow.
Yeah, you can. That ad right there. People sell just that ad for like $8.
Wow.
So I couldn't find the actual Gridiron Grabber. So
interesting.
Yep. So there we go. Our Fighting Forces featuring the Losers. Joe Kubert cover as well. He does.
Yeah, I'm not a war comics fan, but I just was sitting here staring at that cover. It's awesome.
Yeah. He doesn't do the interiors, but he does the covers. Then Jack Kirby has that like 14 or 15 issue run a little bit later on in the series. But yeah, I just love the Kubert covers. Every book to me is worth it just for that cover, and then it's got great storytelling as well. So
yeah, that could be a modern cover. It's so awesome.
Yeah. So that is my review, and it is it's a back issue. Get it if you are interested in war comics.
Well, must have if you're interested in war comics.
Yeah, that's a must have. Yeah.
But get it if you know what's good for you in general. Got it.
But if, like you said, if you're not a fan of war comics, you're just not gonna.
Yeah.
But I've got a Marcus. As soon as he saw it, he goes, "Can I have that?"
Yeah.
So now I got to go pull my doubles for him. I have a couple Kirby doubles I'll pull for him. Should have known he'd want them.
All right, what you got, Pat?
So I did not watch, because I was on vacation, the whole show last week. So I did not get to see Mike's review of the Passage.
Okay.
So this might be interesting to compare with our thoughts on it. The only thing I picked up on was his final verdict, so I could do the graphic for the Get It or Forget It comics at the end.
Yeah.
But so this is part of Jeff Lemire's and Andrea Sorrentino's Bone Orchard Mythos. Their line coming out, and then over the next few years they have grand plans. The first book, and some of this Mike and I had talked about, was this Free Comic Book Day prelude issue, which was about a writer who goes to sort of like a vacation home to get away. He has writer's block, but he also has some family issues going on, and creepiness ensues. And it was a great intro. There's a lot of unanswered questions. You don't really know what's going on. But you can see a theme in both of these books that I'm talking about here, or their use of sort of, the unknown creepiness sets in, their use of color with Dave Stewart, who is the colorist for a lot of Mike Mignola's Hellboy stuff, I think is an important factor here, because his sort of muted color palette is used throughout, and he really hits home with the use of red. Red just like knocks you right square between the eyes in both of these books. I had read this Prelude comic a few weeks back, I think. And then just yesterday, I got DCBS, so I was able to read The Passageway last night. Again, this was a hardcover. It's a quick read. Don't hold that against it. As a matter of fact, I plan to go back and reread both of these together. You know, as you try to maybe pick up points that tie this universe together. This was basically, you know, recipe for, you know, craziness. A guy gets dropped off at an island with a lighthouse, you know, with a sole occupant. You know, that's not going to go well.
Yeah.
Not only that, but they discover that there's this hole to nowhere that he's been brought there to investigate. And he gets to investigate it, probably not the way he wanted it to, but weird shenanigans go on between the inhabitant of the island and her relatives that possibly could stretch back to, you know, past lives or years gone by when they were younger. And maybe this is a generational thing, but there's something at the bottom of that hole. I think maybe, again, we don't know for sure, but I think probably he's going to tie this whole universe together. And in the meantime, you're seeing sort of flashbacks to this investigator, his childhood and some traumas that he's gone through. And you don't know if that's related to him being there or if it's coincidence. And it kind of, you know, things finish up, I guess. Some people, you know, their storylines seem to wrap up. And sort of tagging on to Mike's review, he kind of left it as, you know, if you're a Jeff Lemire fan or fan of this sort of horror, like sort of like Twilight Zone, maybe, where there's a lot of things left to what, you know, your imagination or what, you know, you're left to decide what's going on. You might really like it, but if you're wanting, you know, straight out answers to everything and don't want to work a little bit for the answers, it might be a pass. I don't know if I go so far as hard pass. I give it a look. Maybe even try to track down the free comic book day as a good intro. See if you like their style. Sorrentino definitely has a unique look to him. I think his storytelling's very good, although he uses a little bit of some tricks maybe that might confuse readers, so you have to kind of pay attention. Some innovative storyline or storytelling, some panel layouts that are cool once you're used to them, but might put off like a new or casual reader. But yeah, I would definitely give it a chance, and I'm all in on their Bone Orchard universe.
Yeah, I like how they're spacing them out, especially since they're doing hardcover releases in addition to traditional comic book size, you know, small series there, so you don't get, you know, just overwhelmed with so much content coming out.
Yeah, the only problem is like I want to read more of it right now.
Yeah.
You know, there was one. You know, I talk about good storytelling, but there was one page, you know, where the giveaway, the reveal, was on, you know, the second open page, and it's like, why didn't they, you know, space it out so that was on, when you flip the page, you would get that reveal on the next page.
Yeah.
I don't know if you know what I'm talking about there, Mike, but
is it the double page?
Well, there was, I guess, when he was looking into the hole, and then you could see what was coming, you know, from the inhabitant of the island. There was something else I wanted to say too. I'm blanking again, but I also thought, even though it was, you know, a hardcover, like I said, it was kind of a quick read, you could almost see where they could have broken it up into individual issues.
Right.
I mean, good or bad, I don't know. I think because it was a quick read, they wanted to get it all out at one time, and it reads fine that way. But it definitely could have been serialized and maybe hooked people differently that way. I don't know, but like I said, yeah, I'm all in.
Yep.
Sounds like it'll be interesting to hear what you guys have to say once you've read all this. Not so much. I don't think it'd be something I'd be into anyway, but where one of those things where people are like, after the fact, it's like, yeah, it's a much better read once you have all 6 issues or whatever, and you read it all at one time rather than, reading it as it came out.
Yeah. Because the next one I think is a mini series.
Yeah,
10,000 Black Feathers. I think I don't know if it's 6. I don't remember how many issues. I did keep an eye out on the Facebook page.
Yeah.
But I can't even remember all the specifics now. We'll refer back to it.
Well, even though I won't read it, I'll definitely be interested to hear what y'all have to say as you read it. Because that sounds interesting. I told Mike during the show that reminds me of that show I watched, the Outer Range with the big hole in the middle of the prairie that was a mystery that, all craziness ensued from that hole too. So, yeah. I don't know whether there's any real similarities there aside from that. So,
yeah. Have you gone back and listened to my review yet?
No, I haven't had a chance.
I don't know if you got this. I'd mentioned that the feel of the book reminds me of M. Night Shyamalan, and just how his movies are very quiet. They're very quiet parts, and that's the way I read that book. It's just a lot of small conversations and real quiet stuff.
Yeah, I can definitely see that.
All right, cool.
Not bad.
So I wanted to say at the end of our Get It or Forget It reviews, which book will be added to the Fun Fan Freebie lot for the week. But you're saying that Passageway is a hardcover.
I think it's like a $20 hardcover. That's where the DCBS kind of softens the blow, because I think it was like $11.99 or something like that.
I bought that, and I ordered the Things from Another World exclusive cover. I don't know why. I was like, oh, I want that clip.
And then we got the U.S. Fighting Forces.
Yeah.
Our Fighting Forces. Yeah, that's... I mean, we can get copies of that easily.
Okay, just pick one, because Mike, I think your views on if I had read Something Is Killing the Children, maybe House of Slaughter would be better. I think those are valid. And then, like I said, the new Fantastic Four, maybe if I knew about that old story arc too, that would be better for me as well. So which one of those two, since I think if you'd read the old 3 Fantastic Four or Something Killing the Children, they'd be get-its. They're fine. They're not bad books.
Yeah.
I just got my issues. Which one do you think we should add to the Fun Fan Freebie phrase lot?
I would say the Fantastic Four, because I think most comic book readers and collectors are readers of superheroes. The Passageway and Our Fighting Forces, those are more of a niche subject. So I think we'd make more people happy with the Fantastic Four book with Wolverine and Hulk. I mean, those are great characters.
All right, cool. So the new Fantastic Four #1 is the next book to be added to the Fun Fan Freebie Phrase giveaway. So there's now 3 books in the Fun Fan Freebie Phrase giveaway. So it's starting to get there and some decent value. So, okay.
Yep.
All right, Pat, you're on deck now.
Okay.
You ready? I've missed your show. Tyler did a great job, but
You did. I appreciate the fill-in.
Yeah. All right, here we go. We're gonna go here. I swear.
Here we go. Go now. Do it now.
There you go.
All right.
Once again, I couldn't see any of that. Could you guys see all that?
You know
Yes.
what? Yeah, I guess I did see the beginning, and I started concentrating.
Okay. All right, cool. Go.
We'll get the Hasbro stuff out of the way. Just a couple quick things. The Jabeam Obi-Wan figure, general release, Star Wars series black 6-inch. I think it looks pretty good.
Yeah, it does look pretty cool. Yeah.
I like the way they did his robes. It looks nice.
Yeah.
Which can always be sort of hit or miss for me. Got the Ned B, the droid that isn't Kevin Smith apparently. He's 6-inch black series, but I think he's at deluxe because he's $34. And we have Tika, the Jawa, and he's a Target exclusive. So
Cool.
if you want him, you're gonna have to hit up Target's website. Yeah, he's the first translated droid translated Jawa we've seen in a Star Wars show, if I'm correct.
Yeah, as far as I know too. Yeah.
Kind of surprised
I
they did
feel
that.
like in Boba Fett there was some translation.
I don't know.
No, that was Mandalorian when they wanted the egg.
Yeah.
Remember they were saying.
Oh, maybe.
Well, we weren't really getting a translation aside from what we could interpret based on their responses. But
Yeah, I think.
this one that we were actually literally getting a translation. Yeah.
Right. So if you're a big Tika fan, hit up Target's website. I think he's already up, if I'm not mistaken. And this is a retro carded 6-inch Apocalypse from the Marvel Legends series.
Awesome.
He is already sold out on Hasbro Pulse, but I think he's going to be available elsewhere. So you might want to get on that. If he's already sold out at Pulse, he might sell out quickly, sort of like in the throwback colors as well on the retro card.
Man, it's so
Excuse me.
Jeez.
That's a steep price. Wow.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's I don't know what to think about that because it's the regular line. What you're getting here is you're getting the regular line the regular Marvel Legends series, which is already $24. They're charging extra because he's on this retro card and he's an oversized figure, so I guess that they're trying to justify the $39 price tag. And then the last little bit of Hasbro news, we talked about Reva's lightsaber being a HasLab item. Well, here we have the G.I. Joe classified HISS tank. This is $300. It's in a 6-inch scale. This is already well surpassed its benchmark, $300 or whatever the funding level.
Right.
I should have wrote that down, but it's been. I think it's already up to including 3 figures. Here it only shows 1 figure. Now it's up to 3 figures and a bunch of add-ons for the tank. So G.I. Joe fans are shelling out the money for this. And the last I looked, that Reva lightsaber, I don't think has a chance of funding.
That's expensive.
I got a little conversation I want to share with you and ask your opinion about, Pat. So Tyler and I were talking about this really odd, I can't remember the name of it exactly right now, but it was a Transformers huge, in my opinion, odd looking action figure that I'd never heard of him before. It was like a $200 action figure. And Tyler was like, yeah, I guess the Transformers fans, they're going to love these. Do you know which one I'm talking about? It was out on Hasbro recently, trying to get funding as well, too. Recently being the last couple months. Does that ring a bell to you at all?
It doesn't.
Unfortunately,
I know there's a lot of Transformers fans out there, but it's just something I've never really been that deep into. And I know.
Yeah, so you're probably going to agree with me because this is how I was. I was like, man, I cannot believe that people would pay $200 for that hokey Transformer. It wasn't even like, I think that's why I'm not a big Transformer fan. I think all of them are a little bit hokey to me in general, but this one was really odd to me and it was so expensive. So I was like, I could not believe it. And then they showed this Cobra tank and I told Tyler, I was like, wow, that is sick. I'm not really even a G.I. Joe fan and I'd buy that thing. That is, I think this looks great. I definitely can appreciate GI Joe, and even though I basically say I was never a GI Joe fan, just because, back at that period of time, you kind of chose you're going to be a Star Wars action figure toy collectible person, or you're going to be a GI Joe toy, because it was all kind of coming out at the same time, back then.
Right.
And anyway, so that's why I really wasn't into GI Joe, but I think this looks sick, and this is awesome. And Tyler was like, man, we were talking about that Transformer not being able to get funded. How did this thing get funded? I'm like, because it's sick. And he was like, I don't know about that. I was like, are you serious? This thing's great. What do you think?
I think it looks great. I'm just not a big enough G.I. Joe fan.
Right. Yeah, I wouldn't buy it either because of that same thing. But this totally looks like it'd be worth it if I were one. That's for sure.
Especially now that it's up to 3 figures. That really helps out, I think. This is the first G.I. Joe HasLab project, so I'm not surprised that there's a lot of interest, and they picked a good one, I think, to start out with. I just paged over to the HasLab page. Was it like a red, white, and blue looking Transformer you were looking at?
I can't remember the colors. It was it was huge. It was really a big one. I can look it up.
Yeah, because there's always Unicron. Wasn't him, was it?
I'm gonna look right now as
he's
you're.
the big planet-sized Transformer. Yeah.
I'm gonna find it right now while you're talking about the rest of the stuff.
Okay.
Okay, sorry.
No problem. So, the last thing, and probably the thing that I was most interested in, kind of the information released this week, was Fresh Monkey Studios, who has a good track record of putting out figures, announced the Long Box Heroes, and these are based on independent comic book heroes. And they in 2018 they had tried a Kickstarter to fund these guys, which were 3 3/4 inch amazing heroes, and they were super, basically like think typical 3 3/4 inch Star Wars figure articulation these days. But this did not meet funding, which I was really shocked. I even went in on this one, not fully in, but these were all the starting figures you could pick from, and they had all these additional ones slotted in as stretch goals. Excuse me. And it did not make funding, and this line never saw the light of day. And you can see there was all kinds of.
Yeah, those are great. Yeah.
Do you remember what it was per figure?
Normal water.
I don't. I pledged 100, and I think it was for 5 figures. So it's $20 a figure. These days, it's a steal with the way figure prices have been going up. But I could have easily picked 5 out of that. With the Savage Dragon variants alone, I was going to get all those in the Madman figure. And these are also the guys that make the Secret Wars style amazing heroes. They're that they have limited articulation. But so these are going to be exclusive to Big Bad Toy Store. It's Fresh Monkey Fiction working together with Toy Otter, Jason Geyers. Thank you. Losing my voice. Take a week off. And they've been announcing 2 or 3 a day over the past week. And here's I think there's one more to come today that is as of showtime for us. It hadn't hit yet. They started out with Grendel, Mr. Monster, the Tick, which we can't get away from lately. He's everywhere.
The Tick's awesome. That's why he's got.
These figures are 2 joints over the Amazing Heroes Madman that I showed. They have knee joints, so they're not the super articulated like the ones that the Kickstarter failed on. They're sort of like that in between area. Although I don't know how I guess they could articulate the neck behind the big jaw and the tick. I was gonna say how would they rotate his head, but I think it's probably behind his neck there. Rocketeer, Madman. He has to pop up in every single figure line apparently, but
Madman's awesome, like the tick.
Cassie Hack from Hack and Slash. And then the last one that I had, and he was not on it, he was together with Cassie, is the Goon. So they've got a really cool assortment there already. And like I said, one more I think to be announced before they start their pre-orders. July 6th on Big Bad Toy Store. I don't believe they've announced the price. I'm afraid it's probably gonna be like $25, which is, you know, seems to be the if that's my guess. I have no idea, but judging by, you know, the costs of, you know, these more limited non-Hasbro, non-Mattel action figures, I'd say that 24 is maybe on the low side a little bit. Maybe they're going to be 29. Who knows? But I think they look really cool.
Yeah.
And I think they picked a good initial starting lineup. Again, they're called Long Box Heroes. And I said Toy Otter. He's the sculptor, and I've posted on Xcellar. He's worked in the toy industry. He posts a lot of lines that he's worked on that have gotten scrapped, and he's also the guy that continued to make the Batman figures in the Tim Burton style that I had been posting. He also did a lot of Secret Wars customs, a lot of Superpowers customs. He's just he's a really neat guy to follow. If you want to follow him on Instagram, he's always posting cool
Custom stuff
or stuff that he actually worked on that was really
Oh, gotcha. Yeah. Okay.
So it's definitely worth a follow. He also did those Marvel in the 70s digital sculpts a couple years back that were really cool. And I need a break so you guys can talk.
Well, so I'm going to chime in now before we get out of this segment about this. So I looked it up. It's the Transformers Generations Legacy Series Titan Cybertron Universe Metroplex.
It's easy for you to say.
Yeah, it's a $200 action figure, first of all.
Wow.
And he transformed one of his hands is a like a backloader, and his other hand is like a spinning blade, and he transforms into a stationary, literally a square base. What do you call them? Yeah, backloader. Where the one end is like a bulldozer scoop, and the other end is the arm comes
like
in.
backhoe.
Yeah, backhoe. Yeah. Like a backhoe. Yeah, exactly. That's what he transforms into. I'm like, man, this guy sucks. But like I said, I'm not a big Transformer fan to begin with, so I'm not trying to judge or hate anything that someone else really likes a lot. It's just not my gig.
He wasn't even a HasLab, Kevin. He's just a regular sort of figure. Yeah.
Yeah.
It's amazing. Like I said, man, there are some real rabid Transformers fans out there that, they'll not only buy the official stuff, they'll buy like third party, sort of knockoff that sort of approach the levels of, it maybe even surpass what, the legit companies are putting out there. There's just a lot of, diehards out there that love their Transformers.
Amazing, man. Yeah. $200. Jeez.
Yeah.
But yeah, like you said, if it's your thing, you're willing to shell out the money.
Yep.
All right, so were you done or
that was it.
Okay, cool. Okay.
Yeah, once again, Patrick brings stuff to the table that I want to buy.
Yeah, now I want all that stuff again as well. And I want the stuff that he said we can't even get too, because all that stuff is good. So. All right, well, again,
there's that Madman again.
Yeah.
Sort of, the Secret Wars style.
Mm-hmm. You got that a while ago, right?
Yeah.
Because then that moves us into, and I'm going to get my timing right on this, into it's a perfect segue into Geek Stuff We Got. I'll go first this week. Cool.
Yeah, absolutely.
All right.
Let me change my screen here. I want to see. I like to make it big. I want to see what you guys got.
Well, yeah, mine's easy. I didn't get anything. I literally got nothing this week.
All right, let me downsize my screen now. Thank you.
And I'm assuming, Patrick with his having a hard time with his voice today. Man, you're going to be doing the most talking during this segment too, I'd assume. Unless you want to have Valor fill in.
He's gonna do his stuff.
I have
Okay,
more
okay.
stuff than him.
Okay, cool. Okay, that works out good then. Did you want to go now, Mike, to get through yours real quick? Did you get anything?
Yeah, mine's real small. I'm sorry, I wasn't prepared because I thought I was gonna. Okay, what I got was obviously our Fighting Forces 131, which I reviewed, and I'm sure you guys have done this as well. I had a book. I had to look up what issue it was. It was 110, and it had the Hellcats in it, not the Losers. So I bid on that, and then I went looking because the guy it was additional book for $1 more in shipping. So let me find some more books. So I found 131. I won this one, didn't win the other one. So
Yeah.
so either way, I got the one. And then Superman 269. And on one of the pages I follow, somebody had shared this cover, and I had never seen it before. I was like, man, that is really awesome.
Yeah, I've never seen that before either. Yeah.
So I grabbed that. That has Kurt Swan artwork in there, which I think he might. We'll have to ask Johnny. I'm not sure if who his favorite Superman artist is, but I know he really likes Kurt Swan's Superman. That one was just random purchase, and then the Weird Western Tales 48. That was I bought. They had the store I was at had about 6 issues of this, and they were all like $3.99 a piece. This one was $1.99 because it had the spine had a bad spine roll. So I grabbed this one and left the other ones. And this is downstairs now. I have it flattened out, trying to get that spine roll fixed. I don't know if our press would fit this or not. I don't know.
Try.
It might be too small.
We
But
keep saying that about our press every week. We need to try that thing on something.
Yeah, I'll grab it.
Okay.
And, so these are my picks, and all said, everything under $10.
I want a cinnamon book.
Yeah. Yeah, I don't know if that's her first appearance. I don't know anything about Scalp Hunter, or I think he was in probably, I think the last 20 or 30 issues of this title. Yeah, that's Cinnamon. I have no idea who she is, but she's in this issue. Maybe I'll review that for next week. So that's what I got.
All right, cool. So Valor's up. Or is he ready? He's not on the screen anymore.
He's had to go. I don't know what he was doing.
I was getting
Okay.
better.
So what you got? Or
So
what
what do
you
you
get?
got, Larry? You wanna show-
Okay.
You didn't need to turn that.
Yeah, let me see the mouse.
He's taking over.
Gonna start from the top. Well, I got a Scotty Young print.
Nice. I just bought that yesterday.
This is the Dark Ages one.
Yeah, seriously, I just got that yesterday. Yep. Well, I just said I didn't get anything this week. I don't actually physically have it yet. I got it on Whatnot yesterday. I'll have it next week.
Wow,
Yeah, I love that.
That's a great print. I love that.
Yeah, it is.
That's from Dark Ages. And I got a Moon Knight print, also from
Nice.
Scotty Young.
I just sold that last week.
And Spider-Verse print. Dad, do you know who this was
No,
from?
I never looked up the artist, but Rico Renzi, the colorist, had a print of it.
It's really cool too. Yep.
Yeah, I can't see the artist there.
Is this a cover of something? Do you know?
I would assume so, but I don't know.
Looks like it might be one of the Spider-Verse,
Yeah.
Edge of the Spider-Verse books.
So I got this Heroes Convention 2023 poster. and a Darth Vader print, which was actually from, I have the business card here, Artist by Justin Brown. So I got that Darth Vader print.
So is that advertising for next year already?
Yep.
I'm also the way with everybody. Not to interrupt you, Valor, but it seemed like there were better guests at Heroes than there were at Baltimore. And maybe it's just that we weren't there, and I really wanted to be there. So I don't know if next year may just do Heroes and skip Baltimore. You know, it's hard to do two big conventions. In one.
That might be a good idea. That'll be 3 years we do Baltimore, and yeah.
Right. Okay. Sorry, Val. We'll discuss
That's
it later.
Good catch, Mike. I've had this in my hand, and I didn't even notice it was for next year's show.
I just did yesterday.
So they're moving it. It's back to Father's Day weekend. Looking at the dates next year, it was like a week later this year. So
Yeah, that helps me make it. You know,
As a gift.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
And this, he got this for his mom.
It was the same guy, Justin Brown.
Okay.
Nice.
It's pretty cool.
Is that
Nice
it?
T-Rex symbolism. Got it. Yeah.
Oh, so he wanted to. We'll get Valor out of the way because yesterday.
Hey.
I don't want to keep switching the computer back and forth. But yesterday, I wanted to get my pre-show tickets for the Butler Toy Show next week at the Vagabonds here in Butler on Saturday. They had like commemorative tickets.
You are losing your voice.
So you stopped out at a place called what's it called? Kevin's Money's
Treasure.
Money's Treasure. It's a little toys shop that just sort of sprung up recently. And while we were there, they had probably 8 boxes of dollar comics, and it looked like the typical newer stuff with some old stuff thrown in that New Dimension usually has. And Valor wanted to go over the books that he got real quickly.
I can go?
Yeah.
Okay,
Nice.
good. So I got Spider-Gwen number 0. It's just like a short pre-comic for the rest of the series.
Yeah.
Spider-Man and Venom, which was actually a free comic book day one. Don't really know much about that yet because it was just like a short one there. The Hellboy Winter Special from, I don't know what, that might just be a separate special, but I don't know what year it was from.
I want that.
Another Hellboy. Scotty Young. I think that's Fantastic Four 4, maybe 5. And Amazing Spider-Man number 11. I don't know the artist for that one.
You got all these for a book?
$6 for that, and I got 5 more here. I got 1 through 5 of Bloodshot Salvation.
Cool.
See, there are Valiant fans out there.
That's the Jeff Lemire did that one, right?
Did he? I didn't even
Yeah.
take notice.
Yeah, he did.
Yeah.
Maybe I'll end up reading them. I don't know.
Yeah, it's the only Jeff Lemire stuff I never really went after was his Valiant stuff. I need to
And
go
he got
back.
he got a resurgent because of the movie too. You know, that just came out last year.
And then I got Cursed Child, was a free thing at the convention. Like a free library book, free
Oh, cool.
pre-note book. So I got that.
Have you read all the other Harry Potters?
Yeah.
Nice.
This is the last one I need to read.
Yeah.
So that's all I got.
Well, that was a lot. That's good.
There's a lot of good stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah, so the Money's Treasures had the dollar books, but it was 15 books for $10, and so I had a couple there, but I don't have mine to show. Maybe I'll show them next time.
Some Captain America stuff and
Yeah.
Star Wars.
So getting back to Heroes, this was my big thing for the show. I got a Thing head sketch from Ron Wilson,
Awesome.
classic 70s artist on Marvel 2-in-1 and The Thing. Set that up pre-show, and there was some shenanigans going on at the convention. Apparently, he was never given my request before the show, and then when I went, we got things worked out, and he said as long as I'm going to be here till Sunday, he'll get it done for me. And I went Sunday, and he couldn't find it for 10 minutes, and I was like,
oh man,
but he found it.
that looks really cool.
Yeah, I love how he did it on the comic book artboard there.
Yeah, it head shot, but it's on a full size 11x17 comic board. Yeah. Here is the show print, signed by Walt Simonson.
Nice.
I think this is existing artwork. Usually they create it specifically for the show, but I think I'd seen this before. I think he did it for like a charity or something. Not 100% on that. Cool either way.
Yeah.
And these prints used to always be numbered as well as signed. This year they were neither. So when I had this in my stack of stuff for Walt to sign. I'm not showing all that stuff either. Obviously, it's not that exciting to look at signatures over and over again. But
speaking of that, what did you think when you watched the show last week with your whole part with Walt? Wasn't that cool?
Yeah, I did watch back that stuff just to see how it went. Chelsea apologizes for her hair being in the way.
That's okay.
That was funny.
Yeah,
but it worked better than I thought it would. For sure.
That was awesome. I want to do that every show now.
Yeah.
We'll have a gallery of bigwigs that say what's up to Xcellar Comics. That'd be great.
Yeah. And I visited with Craig Rousseau, talking about his work on Young Hellboy and the Perhapanauts. This was a book plate for Young Hellboy: The Hidden Land. Into my, not preparedness for the convention, I could have just taken my hardcover and had him sign the hardcover instead of getting this book plate, but I was not totally up to speed getting ready this year. And then I got a couple his head sketches, volume 4 and volume 3, which just collect various head sketches he does for commissions. And then I got this print by Brian Stelfreeze.
That's awesome.
Monica Rambeau, Captain Marvel. I'd seen this on Facebook leading up to the convention, and I was really happy to see he was offering it as a print. So I got him to sign it because this, it's gorgeous and it's even better in person. The colors, Brian his color work is bar none, I think, and
that's sick.
His, even this looks good, but I think even in person, the colors come through even better.
Yeah. And I don't think he from what I remember in Baltimore, I think his prints were only, I think it was like $10.
Yeah, I think it was 10.
And which everybody else's are 20. And his are worth his are worth 40. I mean, it's, so you get so much for such a great price. I kick myself for not buying more. Because you're right, the colors are amazing.
Yeah. And he was really, I'd met him previously at shows, and he was not nearly as talkative as he was this year. But unfortunately, this year he was masked up, and I was having trouble hearing him, so I kept having to lean in. And I'm like, I had the same problem with Ron Wilson too, because he was wearing a mask, and he was very soft spoken, and I was like, it's like one of those deals where you're like, I hope I understand what you're saying, because I'm going to reply the best I can. One of those deals. So, but yeah, he was super nice, and he said he really had a fun time doing this Captain Marvel, and so like I said, I was glad to pick it up. So like I said, Valor actually got more than I did, but I got a lot of stuff signed. It's just not fun to show off signatures, I guess. So
yeah.
Yeah, that's it for me.
Well, that's great stuff. Okay, so it's funny when the show started. I was thinking, my segment's going to be short, and then there's nothing like extremely topical. I said I was figuring Pat would be long with what we got from last week, but then I didn't even know what the show. This would be like an hour show.
I forgot one thing, Kevin. This was after I got home. It was waiting for me when I got home. Let me do this real quick. My Kickstarter Paprika statue came.
Oh, nice.
So their box shot. There she is out of the box. Although I can get that picture's kind of blurry. Back
here, yeah.
A little bit of a close up on her.
That looks cool. I almost picked up a Paprika comic this past week because of you too. Paprika was never on my radar until you.
Yeah, the only negative I would say about this, besides the fact that I kickstarted it, and then I found that I was available through previews, and I could have got it much cheaper through DCBS.
Oh man,
forget about that part. Was typically statues like this are at least numbered, limited edition. This has no edition number on it, or the number that I got. Typically, that's typical for statues these days, or it has always been.
Yeah.
And this has no edition size or number on it, which was kind of a bummer.
Yeah. Or, at the very least, if they were to differentiate it somehow from the Kickstarter version, the mass market version, that'd be better.
Yeah, you did get some perks with the Kickstarter. It's going to ship separately because they couldn't do the logistics because the shipping of a statue, plus there's going to be an art book and some stickers and things like that, and so that's that. I've yet to receive that, but that's the only thing to differentiate between what I paid for and what anybody else paid for. And it would have been nice if they would have put that on the statue itself, like you said, Mike, but they didn't. But it's probably about 7 inches. It's on the small side, but I think it was really well done. And now I am done. Sorry about that.
That's okay. Okay. So I brought that up about how long we've talked because I promised everybody. I guarantee you we're going to be under 2 hours today. So I was actually thinking at the beginning of the show that we were going to talk about the variants finally with the unique topic. Do you want to push a variant show? Like you've mentioned that a couple times now, Mike. And I had a flashback of you mentioning the Batman book with Emily multiple times before we actually did it.
Right.
So you've mentioned about having a singular show on the pluses and minuses of variants and having that conversation. You want to do that next week? Like maybe we'll take out my what Kevin watched and make sure that gets done or something. You want to do that? You want to do that next week?
Next week, let me prepare a little more because it was initially when I prepared for it, it was just a regular small segment, like a little 10-minute thing.
Well, we can kind of let's compromise. We just won't do what Kevin watched next week. That'll give me 2 weeks, so I'll go extra long the following week.
Okay. Just watch one thing. Just watch one thing. You can watch 10, but you have to pick one.
Yeah. Yeah, that's what I need to do. No, I need to do that every week. Yeah.
All right. Yeah. So next week we'll do the variants, and that was I think we were gonna do a couple of things, pros and cons of variants, and then the best and worst.
Yeah.
Well, we weren't calling them variants. It was
my opinion has changed on variants since we've started this whole journey of ours as well too. So I got quite a few things to say because I'll start it with what I used to think versus what I think now too as well. So
yeah, I think we're going to combine variants with the gimmick covers of the 90s. We're going to combine the subjects.
Yeah.
All right.
Did you have a meme you wanted to show today too or something?
Yeah. Yeah, I thought maybe we'll do some funny memes.
Funny meme? Okay, let's check it out.
Yeah, I have 2 of them. Let me go this one first. I'm sure we've all seen the Steven Crowder change my mind things.
Yeah.
And, a lot of people hijack those and make these funny things. This is great. Star Trek is better than Star Wars changed my mind. So we've got Darth Vader changing his mind.
That is good. That is good.
and then there's just a ton of the Anakin and Obi-Wan memes, and they're just really brutal. And this is one of them from Obi-Wan, where he said, "I am what you made me." And Obi-Wan's like, "I could have sworn I made you." What was it?
A lot shorter.
A lot shorter. It's just so wrong, but it's so funny. Poor Anakin.
Yeah, usually those Star Wars memes that are bashing Anakin are about him not being a master. You know, those are pretty funny. Yeah. Bring a bunch of those around. But Pat, I don't know if you mentioned this to Pat or not, Mike, or if you did it in the group or not, but yeah, he'd like for this to be a regular segment, Pat. What do you think?
Yeah, I totally forgot about that.
So me and Pat will be better maybe next week. We'll have a couple.
That's why I threw two of them up there, because I figured you guys had forgotten it.
I'll find some memes.
So yeah, if we just each do one, a little quick, funny meme thing, and that'll be good. Thanks for remembering, because I forgot.
Yeah. All right. So then bringing up the rear of the show here. All right, who wants to lead off?
Well, I only have two.
Well, I only have like three, but we're already 2.5 hours, so that's fine.
Okay.
Go, Mike.
Okay. Well, this one you have to have been paying attention at the beginning of the show, and I think it was I misunderstood either Tyler or Valor. I can't remember, but I found out Patrick did not kidnap Walt, and he's not there.
Okay. Right.
You'll
Max,
see when you re-listen.
Right, yeah. Max Reload is awesomely bad. Or poorly, badly, awesome. Whichever way you want to look at it. But, yeah. What you got, Pat?
Keep liquids away from your laptop.
Oh, man. It's so true. Nice.
Yeah.
Mike?
Kevin still does not like horror comics.
True. It is fun to understand Jawas. You know, I've got a couple funny Jawa things too. When I was a kid, I always thought it was Jawawas, so I always called them Jawawas. And you know, it's before the internet or any social media or anything, so I'm running around everywhere. I'm spreading this misinformation that they're Jawawas everywhere. You know?
Great.
All right, Pat.
Transformers will transform your wallet if you let them.
Nice. Mike?
Yeah, I had two.
Okay, you did say that. You know, it's funny when you made mention, Pat, about the tick being a theme as of late. Kevin Smith's the same way. Every time Kevin Smith never gets mentioned once. He always gets mentioned in 2s and 3s. And it happened again today because of your, you know, what's the action figure that came out, and you made your Kevin Smith joke. And I had just mentioned Kevin Smith with Max Reload. So that's my, I guess, unless you have another one, Patrick, it's my final recap is it's impossible to mention the Tick or Kevin Smith just once. No one can mention just once. Right?
Yeah.
Is that it for you, Pat?
That's it for me.
Okay. That was probably the best one we've had in a while. All right, so finishing up with some reminders. Please take the poll and answer the trivia question through the Spotify app. Subscribe to, comment on, retweet, follow, like, and or share Xcellar Comics on Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, and YouTube. See what we have to offer on eBay at Xcellar_comics and at XcellarComics.com. I finally got that updated this week too. Oh, I don't mean to put you on the spot on the show, Pat, but I'm going to do it anyway. Hey, Pat, you want to help me out with that website?
Yeah. With what?
With kind of doing the magical things you do, but do it on the website as well as like Facebook and stuff, because obviously it's very simple what I do. You got fancier things in mind and a greater imagination than me. Every time I see your stuff on there, I'm like, man, I wish that was this kind of thing on the website. So I wanted to ask you that.
Oh,
so
you mean
all I need is what you said already. Yeah,
right.
we'll work out the deets later.
Yeah.
You know? Yeah. So okay, cool. All right. Check out the podcast. There will be an edited version of this live stream that I'll have posted no later than Tuesday. Check out the Very Variant Show on Whatnot at 7 p.m. on Eastern Standard Time on Friday. We're not doing the short show at all anymore, right, Mike? If you want to do something like that, we'll do a Whatnot episode for you, right?
Yeah.
And then, of course, check out the next show next Sunday, 1 p.m. ish.
Or 1:30. We shoot for one. We shoot for one. We really do.
You shoot for one every time. I don't think we made one once, but we were close a couple times.
Yeah.
And then lastly, check out the You Got a Deal lot anytime you want. And if you want to claim it, do it through You Got a Deal lot is mine at gmail.com. This week wasn't such a great week. I'm actually surprised we hadn't sold it at all yet, but I'm really not optimistic at all that it'll happen this week. So, all right. Anybody else got anything else? Did I miss anything or forget anything at all?
Nah, I think we got it all.
All right, cool.
I didn't get everything. I also got this at the convention.
What is it?
It's a Vikavolt V. It's a full art Pokemon card.
Oh, nice. Is it like a chase card or something? Is it what's special about it? What made you want to grab it?
It's just like one of the full arts. They're rare. I got 4 other ones, but I lost them.
What? You got 4 other Pokemon cards at the convention and you lost one?
North Carolina.
Oh, that stinks. Have to rebuy them.
Yep. $16 for 5 though. Not bad.
Okay, whatever you say. All right, so that'll do it. But don't forget that appreciating great art is awesome, and reading a great story is fun. So why not pick up a comic book and do both? Xcellar out.